tonight on News 4, live at 10.
A local toddler is airlifted to a St. Louis hospital after the child nearly drowned in a lake.
Local.
The hidden eye cam catches a lawyer and a doctor who didn't pay their student college loans. What are their excuses?
Late breaking.
Should those two disc jockeys be fired for what they said? We took an exclusive scientific survey. Watch for the results.
Plus,
Knots Landing fans, your special night is not over. Mary Phelan has a tearful farewell from your favorite stars.
Coming up on News 4 live at 10.
this is News 4, live at 10.
Thank you for joining us tonight. We begin with a remarkable story about a new life which almost ended just as it was beginning.
Someone abandoned a newborn baby girl in a South St. Louis dumpster late this afternoon. Jonathan Hall is standing by right now at Cardinal Glennon Hospital with that child's story, and also the late-breaking story of a toddler fighting for his life tonight. John?
That's right, Julius. Right now, a 2-year-old boy is in critical condition here at Cardinal Glennon. This has been a very busy hospital tonight, and doctors are trying to save that toddler's life. Now, just before 8 o'clock tonight, an Arch helicopter crew rushed the boy into Cardinal Glennon's emergency room. Authorities say the boy's teenage mother lost track of him. About 5:30, he fell into Valley Lake off of Highway V as in Victor, south of DeSoto. He was just 2 feet from the bank in 2 feet of water. When an ambulance arrived, they found the mother giving the boy CPR, or else a family friend. There are differing reports. She was on the phone with Jefferson County 911 getting instructions. The paramedics took over. They found the boy was not breathing, had no pulse. The Arch crew managed to get a pulse during the flight to the hospital. As you can see here, they were pumping his chest as they wheeled him in. Now, the boy is identified as 2-year-old Rustin Day. He has many worried family and friends here as doctors fight an uphill battle to save his life. Now, another drama being played out here. A baby girl has a much brighter future after a very bleak start. About 3:30, a man who lives just east of Lafayette Park went to throw some bricks and trash away in this dumpster behind the 1700 block of Carroll, and he got the shock of his life.
I heard what I thought was a cat or a mouse. And at that point, I just looked at it and decided to move the other trash bags off. And I found the baby on the bottom.
Just hours after she came into this world, someone tried to throw the baby girl away with her umbilical cord still attached. Queenan found her in a tied plastic bag along with some clothes. It's a good thing he came along when he did.
Our best information at this point is that the child was in the dumpster about an hour to an hour and a half maximum.
Judging by how well she's doing.
Yes, and by the body temperature at the time she was brought in.
Ideally, police would like to talk to anybody who might have come through this alley about mid-afternoon. One neighbor says he saw a car drive through here, but he can't even say for sure whether it stopped. The car is described as an old maroon or brown Nissan or Toyota hatchback. Shortly after being discovered alive, baby Jane Doe was rushed to Cardinal Glennon, where she's in satisfactory condition tonight and getting the best care doctors can give this little one.
Immediately when she came in, they had to warm her up. She was a little cold, so they used some heating lamps and warmed her up. And now they're just observing her and making sure that there was no other damage.
Detective Dunn tells me these cases are normally solved when the mother finally calls or another relative to tell what happened. If you know what happened, please call the St. Louis Police Department. They're at 444-5385. Ask for Detective Mike Dunn, 444-5385. That's it from Cardinal Glennon. A busy night here, gentlemen.
All right, John, thank you very much. Our best for both of those children.
Well, the state of Missouri has a new budget. State employees get their first pay raise in 3 years. In the last 30 minutes, Governor Carnahan signing the $11 billion budget, which gives state workers a 1% pay raise plus $400. The governor has a bill on his desk which would allow Missouri stores to sell liquor on Sundays. If he signs that bill, Sunday liquor sales would be legal in Missouri for the first time since 1934. News 4's Evan Forrester is live from the newsroom. More on that. Evan?
Well, Larry, lawmakers passed it today, and the governor is expected to sign that bill. And when he does, Missourians will no longer have to cross the river to Illinois to buy liquor on Sundays, but in fact, they will be able to purchase adult beverages at the local liquor store or the grocery store just down the street.
Should we try it?
Shoppers who buy alcohol at this Schnucks grocery store make it a point to buy it during the week, since the entire liquor area is completely off limits on Sundays. Some of these folks are hoping the governor will sign the bill because they say a chance to buy alcohol on Sundays will be a nice convenience.
I think it'd be great.
That's a good idea with me. I go shopping on Sundays.
So you'd buy some liquor on Sunday?
If I can, yeah.
Sunday liquor sales would also open the doors of neighborhood liquor stores. Businesses are looking forward to any extra income.
I think here with the hotels and everything downtown with conventions, that it'll probably pick up, probably, I'm guessing at this, maybe 5% or so. It's just hard to say.
But not everyone likes the idea. Some religious groups, including members of the Kings Highway Baptist Church congregation, have some objections.
Well, that's Sabbath, and I believe everybody should be in church, and I don't think they should sell it on Sunday.
If they can't buy it during the week, Sunday is the day for church, and it shouldn't be allowed.
And up until now, it hasn't been allowed, as Missouri lawmakers have blocked the legislation or former governors have vetoed it. But last fall, during Governor Carnahan's campaign, he said that, in fact, he favored it, and it is most likely that he will sign the bill. Larry, back to you.
All right, Evan, thank you.
And tonight, the debate over whether 2 St. Louis shock radio DJs should be fired or allowed to stay on the air continues. Today, top local religious leaders called Steve and DC's morning show on Q106 morally repugnant. The clergyman also accused the two of being racist after remarks they made on the air on Monday. But a group of loyal listeners is standing behind the DJs, and they rallied today in support of the radio personalities who have been suspended without pay indefinitely.
Yeah, we still don't know what indefinitely means at this point. We did want to get a more detailed picture of what St. Louisans think about the suspension of the DJs for using a racial slur.
So News 4 commissioned an independent research firm to conduct an exclusive scientific telephone survey for us just today. Now, here's what that survey tells us. We asked 571 respondents, should Steve and DC be allowed back on the air? Of all those surveyed, 46.6% said the two should be allowed back on the air. 40.5% said the two should not be allowed to return to the airwave. 13% said they hadn't heard about the controversy.
And that's amazing considering all the publicity lately. Breaking the survey down by race, whites surveyed, almost 49% say yes, they should be allowed back on the air. Around 38% saying no, they should not be allowed. And again, about 13% saying they just didn't have an opinion or didn't know much about it.
Of the African Americans polled, nearly 36% said Steve and DC should be allowed back on the air. 53.3% said they should not be allowed back on the air. Almost 11% said they either hadn't heard about the controversy or have no opinion on the question.
Now, the margin of error in this scientific survey is plus or minus 4.5%. Quite a battle at the arena tonight, just over.
Oh, the Blues fighting to stay alive in the playoffs. Bernie Federico is standing by live from the arena with some great news. Hey, Bernie?
Julius, great night tonight. Things started out pretty slow tonight. First period, the Blues got behind. Second period, they couldn't catch up, but they really came alive. David Lowry scored about 5 minutes into the third period. And then we're going to take a look at the winning goal here. It was on a power play. Nelson Emerson gets the puck right back at the point here. He's just going to go to the middle and just flick a little shot towards the net that Jeff Brown gets his stick on and deflects it past Felix Potvin. And we do have a Game 7 now. The Blues will be back in Toronto on Saturday night. And anything can happen in a one-game series. So hopefully the Blues will be back here sometimes next week with the next series.
All right. I can tell Bernie's excited.
I can't believe they pulled it out so perfectly this game. And amazing. I thought lawyer Don Wolf in the stands screaming tonight. Maybe that wasn't Don. Well, it's already Friday morning in France, and the hostage standoff continues at a nursery school for affluent children near Paris.
That story leads our night wrap on this Thursday, May 13th. A masked gunman claiming to have a bomb took 20 preschoolers and their teacher hostage this morning. He's been negotiating by fax machine, demanding $18 million ransom. One unconfirmed report says the government did offer him half of that amount, $9 million, but he turned it down. So far, the gunman did let 13 kids go, and there in France, he's still holding 7 kids and the teacher. Tonight, women's rights groups are calling it a victory. A Texas jury finding Joel Valdez guilty of rape. He claimed he was innocent, saying the woman consented, in his opinion, because she asked him to wear a condom. The rape occurred after Valdez had broke into the stranger's home, threatening her with a knife. He now faces life in prison.
And tonight, Bosnian government officials say Bosnian Serbs are staging a fierce assault on another Muslim-held area. A top Bosnian commander says Serbs are using 50 tanks against his soldiers near the northeastern city of Brčkal. So far, no independent confirmation of this charge. And that is our night wrap for this Thursday, May 13th, 1993.
Let's find out what the emergency crews are working on right now in the St. Louis area.
Let's go now to Steve Houston in the News 4 Operations Center. Steve?
Well, Julius, right now, in the High Ridge area, firefighters have made quick work of a fire at Precision Finishing. They spray paint cars for Chrysler. Apparently some of that paint caught fire. When firefighters arrived on the scene, they could see some flames, but they put it out quite quickly, and there were no injuries. Right now in South County, firefighters are battling a chemical spill. This is in the 10,000 block of Watson Road near the 66 Mobile Home Park. It's about 2 gallons of pesticide. There are no injuries, and I presume no bugs as well. That's the latest from News 4 Operations Center. Back to you guys.
All right, Steve.
All right, it's hard to believe. 14 years of Knots Landing coming to an end.
Seems like just yesterday it all started. Tonight it's over. Kind of the end of an era. But coming up, Mary Phelan's going to take a last look at Knots Landing, the teary farewell.
And the Hidden Eye Cam chases down some St. Louisans, including an attorney and a doctor, who are skipping out on Uncle Sam. We'll tell you what they've done only here on News 4. Stay with us.
Julius Hunter, Larry Connors, meteorologist Trish Brown, and sports with Zipra Zeppa. This is News 4, live at 10.
What if you loaned somebody some money and they just simply flat out refused to pay it back? You'd probably be a little upset, right?
Oh, I think that's a good characterization.
Yeah.
The federal government reminding you tonight, you did loan a lot of folks some money, and you might have to kiss it goodbye, or at least most of it. Jamie Allman here with the Hidden Eye Cam special report.
Do you guys remember this?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Tassel from
Never could remember which
graduation?
side to wear it on. That's...
Well, you know, this little tassel can become a real ball and chain, you know, if you have student loans, because a lot of people out there busting their rear ends to pay back their student loans, but a lot of people aren't. First of all, you taxpayers should be thanked for putting so many people, including me, through college. Thank you. The student loan program is great as long as students pay the loans back, but some people think it's just a big old grab bag of free money. And the Hidden Eye Cam is not the only one who wants to know why. To see how loans work in the real world, you need to visit Sam Light. Before he gives you money, you need to give him something first, maybe a TV. If you don't pay the money back, he sells your TV and gets the money back that way.
I don't make signature loans here.
But unlike Sam Light, Uncle Sam makes truckloads of signature loans. The only guarantee of repayment is your name on the dotted line. So if the feds want student loans paid back, people like Michael Rudloff can easily tell them to go fish.
With the money that the government wastes in one day, they could grant amnesty for all these student loans.
Rudloff is a St. Louis attorney who owes $2,100, and the government says he won't repay any of it. His defaulted loan is part of a mountain of unpaid student loans out there, $15 billion to be exact. With $15 billion, the government could pay for the entire private college educations of 375,000 American kids. Instead, the government has to spend even more money chasing down people who won't repay their student loans.
The public should be outraged about it. I don't think there's any question, because it hurts other students. It hurts other people who can't get the loans.
That's why Stephen Higgins and federal marshals put the screws to people like Rudloff, people they believe are able to pay back their loans, yet won't even return the feds' phone calls. Federal court action is a last resort. Rudloff is a partner in a U-City law firm, and now the government wants to seize and sell his building to get its money back. In search of an answer from Rudloff, the Hidden Eye Cam staked out his firm and finally spotted him in his car. We let him comb his hair, and then we raised his eyebrows.
Can I just ask you why you haven't paid the money back?
Well, I don't have $2,000. Governments in all these other countries provide scholarships for students. You know, I don't see why the United States can't.
Rudloff says he doesn't drive a fancy car.
And where do you live?
I live in a trailer.
You live in a trailer?
Rudloff may appear to be a pauper, but the government alleges as a partner in a law firm, he makes more than enough money to pay the loan back. They say he's been offered numerous opportunities to pay in installments, but he refuses.
They're harassing me because I'm a lawyer.
Oh, but the feds harass doctors, too. Take the case of Audrey Breeze, a chiropractor who isn't paying back the government for upwards of $80,000 in student loans. The government finally took her to court to get the money back. The Hidden Eye Cam found her outside her home in St. Peters.
Initially, it seems like such easy money, doesn't it?
Yeah, and nobody sat me down and explained how interest worked.
Breeze says she declared bankruptcy in medical school and thought the first batch of loans was forgiven. It wasn't. Now she's declaring bankruptcy again after giving up her practice.
Half of what I was bringing home was going on student loans.
The government alleges that Breeze refuses to work out even minimal payment plans. Breeze now works in a daycare center, her car and house in her husband's name. the government's never going to see this money, probably.
They're going to see part of it.
Tomorrow night, this doctor drives an expensive car, but wait till you see the price tag of her unpaid student loan. Now, the government says it is always sympathetic to those who don't have jobs or are seriously ill, but they have little patience for those who simply pretend the loans do not exist. And that is why the U.S. Attorney's Office is being so hard here, because there are $59 billion in student loans out there now who have yet to reach that collection point, and they want to make sure those loans are paid back, or we'd be in a real mess.
All right. Did you pay yours back? You mentioned you
I'm
had
paying
one.
$160 a month right now as we speak.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Good. Thank you, Jamie.
Well, here's a tip for you. If Jamie in the hidden eye cam catches up to you, a little smile might not hurt you when he shows up. In fact, a new study says a smile could land you a job or lighten your punishment. A psychology professor at Boston College says folks who smile are seen as more honest, trustworthy, and more sincere.
Loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent also. Well, after all the rain, it was nice to see the sun for a while today.
Trish Brown will tell us if sunny skies are in the forecast or if we're going to be frowning by the time she gets through.
An exciting but sad night for Knott's Landing fans. One last look at the show's 14-year run coming up right here on News 4. Stay with us.
Hope you're still smiling.
And speaking of smiles, a perfect day for it. Sunshine and no rain. That is certainly good news. Temperatures were certainly cool this morning, though. Did you forget to close the window as you went to bed last night? Probably kicked yourself if you did, because it was certainly cool this morning. Near record setting, too. As we take a look at the almanac for today, our low of 44 degrees was only 4 degrees from setting a record or tying a record, our former record, 40 degrees. Now, our high temperature this afternoon at about 5 o'clock was 65 degrees. And yes, we did have a trace of rainfall, but that was at midnight. It moved out very quickly, and of course, we enjoyed the sunshine this afternoon. We have mostly clear skies on the outside right now. Our temperature is 58 degrees. We're cooling quickly again this evening, and winds are out of the west at 7 miles per hour. Here's a satellite picture. You can see how the clear skies have moved in. Oh, it's been so nice, but this is our next weather system just to the north. It will be moving in as we head into late Friday. This is a cold front. Behind it, we have some very chilly temperatures, and they're going to be moving in for the weekend. Now, tomorrow will be quite warm. It'll be very nice with the sunshine. Late in the day, around 8 o'clock in the evening, we will have a chance for some thunderstorms, and that will stay with us through very early Saturday morning. But by 10 o'clock, we'll break out with the sunshine. But temperatures are going to stay cool for the entire weekend. In fact, it looks like highs will be right around in the 60s, and that's about 15 to 20 degrees below normal for this time of year. So break out the wool once again as you'll wake up early tomorrow morning. We'll have partly sunny skies and a cool morning low of 45. Winds will be out of the west at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's your 24-hour forecast. We will have a high of 75 degrees tomorrow afternoon with lots of sunshine. Then again, a brief period with some clouds and chances for isolated thunderstorms late tomorrow and into early Saturday. Temperatures cool Saturday and Sunday with highs in the mid-60s. But by Monday, we warm back up again, partly sunny with highs in the mid-70s.
All right. Thank you very much, Trish. It is now history. The long-running CBS nighttime soap Knott's Landing wrapped up its season and its life tonight right here on Channel 4.
And although it is over, the night would not be complete without one last look back. And for that, the last look, here's Mary Field.
The last look.
Well, you know, gentlemen, this is one of those shows tonight that you just tape and hold on to just because. Just because. Who would have thought that a drama about 4 married couples living on a cul-de-sac could have ever been so successful?
14 years and 344 episodes after it started, it is still a favorite of many. It's a drama driven by characters whom the audience wanted to know better.
It held on longer. It had the gift of change. It had the gift of changing with the times and the needs and the audience.
Indeed, a lot happened to the people in and around the cul-de-sac over the years.
I'm paralyzed. She's lost her twins.
How much time you got?
And then she became homeless.
First, he remarried his wife.
She's lost about 3 or 4 husbands. I'm kidnapped. She posed for nude photographs.
These are all out of order.
I'm shot.
Then everybody walked off into the sunset.
And action. Let me help you with that.
The 2-hour finale was filmed here on the old MGM lot this past January. Although Joan Van Ark had returned to the fold and directed an episode this season, she wasn't so sure she wanted to return as Valine until she talked to her old nemesis.
That was when they were marching across the cul-de-sac in my cowboy boots and my long country skirt and going over to Abby and giving her a smack. I mean, the first thing I did when I came into the cul-de-sac was, of course, steal Gary away from Val. That's why I called Donna before I said yes to the final. I said, "Are you going to be there, Ab?" going to be there? And she said, yeah. She said, I think it'll be fun.
It's not so much the things, it's the people. Man, place. This space we are in, and the ghosts of MGM past, special. Let her go, son!
The Knots Landing legacy isn't likely to end anytime soon. The series is broadcast worldwide, from Botswana to Denmark to Trinidad and Tobago. In fact, the world is likely to watch to see what happened on Seaview Circle well into the next century.
And so it comes to an end. Who knows what will happen to the actors on the show? Surely, though, they will turn up elsewhere. You know, you see Joan Van Ark on those beauty pageants sitting up in the booth. She's always going to be, Val.
Then there are reruns,
Yeah, as we said, it's
Yeah.
always going to be in syndication, so it'll be out there.
And next week you're going to have a report on the Japanese culture watching this program.
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay.
No, this is it. This
But
is
they
it
may
tonight.
send you to Tobago.
Watch it in syndication.
That wouldn't be bad.
See, Mary and Tobago.
Yes, I could see.
Well, we hope you have the pen and paper, Andy.
In this commercial break, you may see your name on Mike Brown's newest Easy Money list. And sports is next, a live report from the arena where the Blues earn an all-expenses-paid trip to Toronto. Zip will be here to explain.
First, a look at the day on Wall Street, and inflation suddenly scared a few folks today.
I'm Mike Brown with tonight's Easy Money List. If you see your name on the screen right now, it means you have money waiting to be claimed in Missouri or Illinois, like Lizzie Fox, more than $700. William Melcher and Virginia Kane, big bucks coming to you too. $450 waiting tonight for Sharon Nelson and John Ross Maskowitz, $900. You could also be on this list. To see if the state owes you money in Missouri, write to Unclaimed Property, P.O. Box 1272, Jefferson City 65102. And in Illinois, it's Unclaimed Property, P.O. Box 19495 in Springfield, Illinois. The zip there 62794. And I'll have new names for you tomorrow at 5, 6, and 10 o'clock.
They did it.
You
said they would.
They did it. I heard the sports department come completely unglued tonight. It was great.
We were going wild. It was a lot of fun. Blues come through big, folks. They force a seventh game in Toronto on Saturday night with a dramatic third period comeback. The Blues over the Leafs 2-1 in Game 6. Let's go to the arena for the highlights. First period, less than 2 minutes in. Andrew Chuck shoots. It goes in off Jeff Brown's skate and off Curtis Joseph's pad. It's in the net. Leafs lead 1-0. That's the way it stayed until the third period of play. Here come the Blues. Kevin Meem dressing tonight over the